morning. I feel a lot better. I called my psychiatrist. She basically was like, if you're happy to try the decks one more time, start from scratch. So start your titration from scratch is kind of what I wanted to do as well. I just feel like I keep saying, I want that hard reset, I want that hard reset. I think I'm kind of got it. Here's hoping. Is this normal? Is an egg meant to have pores? Why is water coming out from the egg? There's something wrong with this egg, or have I just never looked at an egg boiling? Is an eggshell that porous? I'm losing my shit. Can you see the water coming out? It's like it's got pores. Oh my god, I've been looking at this egg for too long. This has been my little depression hive, and I need to sort this out, so I'm gonna film myself doing it because that way I'm holding myself accountable. I pulled this out of my coat pocket and I have no idea what it is. Sam, did you give this to me? I'm gonna open this. Huh? There's more. And it says open. It doesn't smell like anything. I wanna keep the packaging. What is this? The highest temperature is 63 degrees, 10 hours. So maybe it's like a heat pack thing? Well, either way, it feels super expired. So, paste heating, heat infinite. Island heating, heat infinity. This product is edible. Iron powder, activated carbon, crime packaging top plate, super absorbent hotel. Okay, well, whatever it is, I don't think I want to eat it if it's edible, and I don't know, just gonna throw that out. Hey Google, turn the light on. Dude, I just washed all those dishes with this fucking green bean in my glove. Like, I was like, oh, is something pinching? Like, you know, sometimes like gloves get stuck together and they sort of pinch, and I was like, oh, something's pinching, but like, I'll figure that out later because at least it's not leaking or anything. It turns out I didn't even, yeah, what the fuck? Also, don't mind this. This is me preparing to hang up my laundry. I just do stuff like this because I'm the worst. Oh, but what are these little baby birds? Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, I think my laundry is done. Ah! This is a lot of flour for $8. Oh, there's just a bisque head. Oh, it smells so nice. I wonder if I can dry these out and drink. No, don't do that. You'll probably die knowing your luck. I don't know if this is too shallow, but all my other jars are holding pencils. Alright, laundry. Alright, I did find another jar. And then I'm gonna keep these up here so I can see them when I'm in bed. Depressed in the morning, and I might feel slightly less depressed. They're my funeral flowers. I'm back in my only baby shower appropriate colored clothing item. Don't I look just so... Just finished up our Zoom baby shower. It was really nice to see everybody, and I don't know, I haven't like spoken to that many people all at once for a really long time, and it was really nice to see like how much people miss me, because I've like, I don't know, it sounds so vain, it's like, oh my god, people miss me so much, but it's nice to be missed, and it's nice to feel like I made an impression on them even though I was only there a very short time. Today was a big day. I feel like I'm slowly getting back on track. I managed to take 2 doses today, and I think I'll leave it because I don't really have anything I need to do this evening. I don't really want to push it because I'm afraid I won't be able to get to sleep again. And after like the last few days, I just don't want to risk it. So I'm gonna take it easy for the rest of the night and just have some food and watch more Yu-Gi-Oh! Look how cute this tiny nucky is. For reference, this is like a bread tag. I'm doing that thing where I have no spatial or visual intelligence. So now I've got a full pan of this. I'm also somehow meant to add this, and there's like all this bacon underneath here, which is like a full bowl into that same pan. So I think I can't do that. But hey, ADHD makes you resourceful and good at problem solving, which I will do now, somehow. Oh my god, it's so cold that my coconut cream is just solid. Okay, great. I just like creamed all over myself because I was trying to jab the spatula in and then it spurred out all over me. So now I'm just going to soak it in some hot water. Ah! Okay, I know this doesn't look like anything, but it's going to come together. This is actually something I know how to cook. I know it's hard to believe. In fact, this might also turn out to be a failure. I will say I'm really happy update. It is the 29th of July. I've lived here for about 3 months. Yeah, 3 months, because I've just paid my first power bill, which was astronomical because it is winter and I live alone. I think that if you have like a 2-person household and you shared like a common living space, that you would probably have my bill but in half because you split it between 2 people. When you live alone, you still have to heat that same amount of space, but you shoulder that whole cost yourself. But you know what, I'm very fortunate that I can afford to pay it and that I can live alone because, yeah, although it's not all that it's cracked up to be right now. Basically all my issues with like fatigue, and I've just been super emo and having this like total like depresso hovel pity party. The last few days have been really awful. I think I'm getting into that pattern of like not sleeping too much, not sleeping too much, but I'm actually thinking it's not the decks. So something that I've now flagged with the building manager is that, I'm saying I'm like really short of breath now, is that I think I have to move out of this apartment. I think I've got mold poisoning. I'm not sure if that's like Dex-induced paranoia, and also because like at first I thought maybe I have the corona because like shortness of breath, sometimes I wake up and I have a sore throat, but it doesn't last. Like I feel like it sort of comes and goes, and I feel like I would be a lot more flu-y if I had, you know, COVID. So what it makes me think is that like I've just been breathing in mold spores for like 3 months. In all fairness, the building manager has been very you know, very helpful, and he's gonna relocate me into one of the complex's empty apartments. I know that I'm actually filming this and like talking to someone. I really am feeling like, wow, I feel really tired. I feel very fragile. This isn't like anything I've ever really felt before. I would like to think that I know how like a cold or the flu feels, and also that I know what it feels like to have that kind of like depression fatigue. But my mood feels okay. I mean, my mood isn't great, but I definitely feel like really run down. And I was like reading all these articles about like the health impacts of like living in a damp house and all that kind of thing, and I'm just thinking like, wow, I'm just checking every box. So also I feel like every time I come on here I'm apologizing for my hair. Right now I look like a cone, partly because I gave myself that horrible late night Dex come down haircut. My fringe is growing out, so it's like here at the moment, but I'm not fussed about that because frankly I think my health is rapidly deteriorating and I can't really breathe. And I think also I'm very anxious from being paranoid that I might have this or might have that, and when I get anxious I also struggle to breathe. So basically I'm having an all-round bad breathing time because it could be corona, it could be anxiety, it could be mold poisoning. Yeah, and because I'm paranoid that some of my symptoms might indicate that I do have COVID, I'm really like wary of leaving my house. So I think because I'm like just in here 24/7, like literally just like breathing the same air, that really worries me as well. Like the building manager was like, oh, have you tried opening a window? And I'm like, it's like 5 degrees. I'm not leaving the window open all day. Like, yeah, I can open the window like, you know, a little bit, but I'm probably gonna get hypothermia and die. It's cold enough with the windows closed, but you know, I don't want to be like too spoiled about it because this is my first time living alone, and it's the first time I've been able to afford to live alone. I think I'm now paying almost double what I paid in rent when I first moved out 5-6 years ago, and I'm extremely fortunate that I found this place that's like, this is the cheapest place I've ever seen to live alone that isn't like a student apartment. You know, obviously it's going to be a bit older and more run down. I mean, I'm very lucky that he will be able to relocate me. Yeah, I'll probably be able to move most of my stuff there by myself because it's still in the same complex. But yeah, I think I'll try to do as much of that as I can so that, you know, I don't have to, you know, come into contact with as many people. And then I had this one mover, Waleed, who is the sweetest guy ever. I've known him for literally years. I met him on Airtasker 2017, 2018. And he's helped me move every time since then, which has been actually quite a few times. Like, he's helped me move like 3 times. Because I've moved that many times since then. He can help me with my mattress and things like that. Every time I see him, I'm like, all right, hope I don't have to see you next year. And he's like, yeah, don't you dare move. And then inevitably the next year I'm like, hey, Wally. It's okay. For the most part, I'm really glad I don't have as many things as I did. Every time I move, I have fewer and fewer things, but I'm the kind of person who, like, I think it comes from like growing up like POV, and then it wasn't until like, because my brother, by the time he was born, like my family were like super middle class, like we were fine, but when I was born and growing up, we were definitely not, we were definitely not even comfortable. Like, we were probably just like barely making it. It was a bit touch and go when I was little, but you know, for the last like 18 years we've been chill and fine. So where else are we going with this? I just really cannot use my brain, and not in like a Dex way. I mean, I think now that I've got it in my head that I have mold poisoning, I think the mold spores have infected my my mental state, and I'm just super paranoid. I don't know, I just feel like all of this would be resolved so much more easily if I just had a ton of money. Not even a ton of money, but just enough money to like afford a nicer place. But I do really like it here. I love the location. It's an extremely good location, and the apartment is like the perfect size for me. Right now I'm not really on speaking terms with my family. It's a very long story and I don't want to get into it. I just don't feel like I know that, you know, even if I haven't spoken to them in God knows how long, and then I came to them and I was like, hey, I need some money, they would give it to me, and I'm very, very lucky that they are in a position to do that. But that will come with conditions, and I just don't think I can fulfill those right now, like emotionally. I don't think that I have the strength to put on a good show for them and do what I would need to do to like earn that money from them. And also we're just not really talking. So the last time I saw them, I literally full on like just walked out in a rage. So I hope that getting treatment for my ADHD will help me regulate my emotions a bit better. Well, I'm really running out of steam. Like, now that I'm actually, like, I have to perform for someone else, I'm just really feeling it. I'm starting to think maybe all that fatigue stuff and the oversleeping and the, excessive tiredness was just all from mold poisoning. But oh, that's what I was saying. Every time I move, I have fewer and fewer things. But because I think we grew up a little bit POV, I like hoard things, and my family, because they came from like communist China, so they had that like hoarder mentality of like, you know, you don't want to ever throw anything away. And I think I accumulate things around me in a self-soothing way. Like I feel like because I have no control over anything, I just want to have lots of things. It's like, what would happen if dragons went to therapy? Would they still want to sleep on a pile of gold? I don't know. I don't have a pile of gold, but I do have a lot of other random shit. So I'm going to try and get rid of as much stuff as I can, bearing in mind that it is really hard to rehome things right now because of COVID. I have had some luck with like selling things and all that, but you know, I think selling things for me is like preferable, not because of the money aspect, but because I know where it's going to go. Whereas sometimes if you donate to an op shop, it might still end up in landfill. But also not a lot of op shops are open or accepting donations right now. So I'm going to try, get rid of as much as I can as responsibly as possible. God, I'm just like, I'm really struggling. I mean, anyone who knows me knows that I'm not like this. I'm not like this. I usually have much more energy, and I feel like I can't even speak loudly at the moment. Like my throat is closing up. I don't know how much of it is psychosomatic, like from realizing that I have a mold problem in my house, but yeah, I'm really running out of steam here. And by steam, I mean oxygen. There's a builder coming tomorrow. Regardless of what the builder says, like he'll do a report for the building manager, but it's got nothing to do with me. Like I'm getting out of here no matter what, and then move into the other apartment, and then that will be a bit of a hassle, but I think that will feel a lot better when it's done, and it's not the worst move and not the most high pressure move that I've ever done. I mean, I've had much, much worse. I am very, very lucky in a lot of ways, and I don't want to forget that. But that doesn't preclude me from also having a good old honest pity party for myself. Frankly, yeah, another thing is like, I think I've been feeling really emotional lately because and I feel very isolated and like emotionally disengaged. I think a part of it is like I'm not letting people in, and I'm not, you know, reaching out to people or asking for help because I hate pity. I hate people worrying about me. I'm just feeling really whiny lately. Oh, I think I have to stop. I am genuinely just like struggling to breathe. But I don't know if this is an anxiety response either. Yeah, I'm just gonna spend the night putting a bunch of stuff in bags. Yeah, I'm just not having it. Here's hoping I live to speak to you again soon, after I find out when I'm gonna move. Not if, when. It's gotta happen. I don't know. There's some things which I will cling on to like a poorly trained dog. Like I will cling on to that thing when I get it into my head and I want it now. There are very few things I feel that about, but this is one of those things, because I feel like something here is killing me that's not myself, and I don't like that. All right? If anything's gonna kill me, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be fucking mold spores. And better than that, I am perfectly capable of ruining my own life and ending it. I don't need any additional help, so you know, butt the fuck out.